Okay, we are live.
Good evening. With me tonight are the Reverends Karen. My name is Jeffrey. Thanks to everyone for taking part in the quiet energy work portion of our service. Your cooperation in creating this sacred space is greatly appreciated. Let's begin this evening's service with 3 ohms. And now Reverend Karen will lead us in an opening prayer.
Father, Mother God, higher beings, teachers, be with us today and overlight our service as we come together in fellowship to find and nurture that connection between ourselves and spirit. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Please open to the first page of your book, and we will say together the universal greeting. If this is news to you, please watch the service workers, not me, to follow along with the interactive hand movements.
I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I hear your needs. I see your beauty. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together.
Excellent. Now please turn to the next page, and we will say together the 9 principles of spiritualism.
We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in all sacred texts are divine attributes proven through mediumship.
This evening's program will include an inspired talk by Reverend Karen.
So, we're at the end. We've reached the end. We've worked the entire year towards this goal, and we have finally gotten to the finish line. And now it's time for some final musings about how you feel about the whole experience. How has it been for you? And it's okay to have some feelings that are kind of mixed. You know, it may have been challenging. It may have been enlightening. It may have been frustrating. It may have been revelatory. But now that you've reached the end, think about what emotions it brought up for you and how you want to deal with those feelings and how you feel about the whole experience will guide you as you move on. Because with this goal accomplished, you got lots of choices to make. want to set a new goal? Do you want to go, oh, no, I think I would like to, kind of take it easy for a little while? That was a lot. There are a lot of valid options that you can choose at this point. But it's time for you to be honest about your feelings as to where you go from here. And that's what we're going to be covering tonight.
We welcome your donations to help us maintain our presence in the community. You may donate via our website, www.circleoflightstl.org, or our Facebook page. Thank you for your donations. All funds received help us in our mission to seek, develop, and teach the knowledge of the relationship between humanity and spirit. The crystal globe displayed here is filled with prayer and energy for healing Mother Earth and all her children. Everyone is welcome to contribute prayers for world peace and world healing. We invite you to add your energies to this sacred sharing. We will now say the prayer for spiritual healing found on the next page, after which there will be a short silence for you to softly say the names of anyone that you would like to receive extra healing this week.
I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask the great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God.
Turn announcements.
If people could send healing energy to Tom Rose's dad, who suffered a nasty fall and is slowly recovering. Tom is not a young man, so as you might guess, his father is
Even less young.
Yeah, even less young. So the healing process is more complicated for him. So any assistance would be greatly appreciated.
The air releasing ceremony is in
April,
3 weeks.
Yes.
They'll be the first Sunday in April.
4
If you're,
weeks.
what, for?
15th, 22nd, 29th.
You got one more invitation. It's my second. It's in April.
It's in April. It's in April. Today's the 8th.
Yes.
15, 26.
You will be able to participate online, but if you're in person, you get to play with the bubbles. So, and also, if you are coming in person, you can join us after service every Sunday for a kind of a meet and greet, coffee hour-ish.
We have donuts.
We'll have donuts or other baked goods.
Today we have donuts.
Yes, today we have donuts.
Yay.
So, that's just a tiny bitty incentive to, join us in person if you can. But you are always welcome to join us online. Or if you know you can't watch us in person, at the time it's on, you can send us a message before the service starts, and we can record a message for you during our message segment. And then when you watch it later, you will still get your message. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I think that's it. Once again, we thank you for your donations. And now Reverend Karen will lead us in a prayer over the offering.
Father, Mother, God, higher beings, guides, and teachers, thank you for all the various forms of prosperity you bring into our lives. Financial, physical, emotional, and spiritual. And help show us how we can take that prosperity back out into our community and help those who are in need. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
We now come to the message portion of the service. Please actively listen to each message. As these come from universal source via our guides, they may be tailored to the individual, but they deliver wisdom to the whole. Please address questions about messages to the message bearer after the service. To welcome each of our spirit workers, we sing together to raise the vibrations in our circle. We view the word God as a universal term for deity rather than signifying any one particular path. Our message bearer this evening will be the Reverend Karen. Let us welcome her with the song In the Garden, verses 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
I
come to the
garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And she walks with me, and she talks with me, and she tells me I am her own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Good evening. My name is Reverend Karen, and tonight I am working with my guides, the physician, Maya, Gustav, and my joy guide, Kara. Who we got out there?
Nobody yet.
Nobody yet? All
Yep.
right. Karen? Okay, so I'm being shown the painting Whistler's Mother, except you are the one sitting in the rocking chair, and you're kind of looking out from the painting going, I'm not old. And then you stand up and you proceed to kind of dance a little jig out the door. And then again, they give me the phrase, age is just a number. And what my guides are kind of telling me is that use and tune into that wisdom that, having been on this earth the number of years you have given you, but don't lose touch with the discovery and the newness that we get as children.
Okay.
Phyllis? Okay, so I'm getting a picture of a very cartoonish alligator, or, well, maybe it's a crocodile, because the song I'm being given along with it is a song I remember from my childhood that's never smile at a crocodile.
Yep.
Don't be taken in by his toothsome smile. And I think my guides are just really emphasizing don't judge a book by its cover, but in this case they're saying just if something's too good to be true, it might be. Not that it definitely is, but that it might be, and just be discerning. Is kind of what they're saying. Be discerning. All right. Jeffrey. Okay, so I think this message is coming almost entirely from the architect. They are showing you in ancient Egypt. You are definitely in the robes of a upper advisor. But you've got, a papyrus in front of you, and you almost look like you're conducting, but it's more like you're directing traffic. Like you're keeping everything tightly controlled. But kind of the message I'm getting is you've got the plan, follow the plan, but be prepared when you have to deviate from the plan. Anybody else?
Nope. I'm guessing people didn't spring forward.
I would explain it. All right. Thank you for allowing me to stand between the worlds.
Okay, the meditation this evening is presented by the other Reverend Karen.
Okay.
So find that comfortable position that still allows the energy to move through you without impediment. You're making that connection between that higher realm and the ground that keeps you here. As you move into that place of balance, you focus your attention inward to that part of you that is eternal, that true self. We move as we have moved to that area of contemplation in your temple, your library, perhaps. You find yourself one last time sitting at your desk, and there is only one piece of paper on the desk. One attached 3x5 card with bullet points. The final steps. It has been a year. And what a year it has been. You set a goal for yourself. You made the choice to pursue something that was important to you. You rolled up your sleeves and dug into the work. You sought help when you needed it. You worked through the frustrating points, the points where you were unsure if you would be able to complete the work, the times when you had to step back and remove things because you were unclear as to whether those bits were possible. You took time for yourself to appreciate the small victories along the way when you achieved a certain milestone towards that goal. You worked through the heat of the summer, recognizing that you had the right to be proud of yourself. You recognized that you needed to maintain a balance between working towards your goals and the other things that were important in your life. You learned to hear that there was criticism, but to recognize which criticism was there to help you be better and which criticism was there because the people feared your success. So you were able to discern which to use as useful information and which to dismiss as irrelevant. And now that you have reached the end, what is there left to do? Well, a woman appears to you in a blue-green dress that seems to shimmer like the sea. And she says, "Congratulations. How do you feel now?" How do you feel? Are you proud? Are you ready for another challenge? Does the thought of taking on another big task like this fill you with dread? Allow yourself to feel all the conflicting feelings you may have. You may be happy for what you've accomplished, but the thought of taking on a big project like that again right away seems like way too much for right now. Or you may feel exactly the opposite. You may go, "I feel energized by this. I feel like I can do anything now, and I am ready for the next challenge." And you may have the conflicting feelings of, "I do want to take on a new challenge, but maybe not yet." How have you grown over this past year? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about others? Trust is a very important thing. Over this year, you may have identified people that, although you care for them deeply, there are some parts of your life that they cannot be trusted with. And that their role in your life will be smaller going forward. And this is not a punishment for them. This is your recognizing your boundaries. When you needed help, they were not there. When you needed encouragement, they only brought you criticism. On the other hand, you might find that there were some surprises. The people who had been on the periphery of your life, stepping up for you in large and small ways. Maybe those people are friendships that you should cultivate more deeply. For they're not coming to you now that the success has come. They came when things were chaotic, messy, when you were unsure. They came not for what they could get from you, but what they could offer to you. And what have you learned about yourself? How is the person that you are now different from the person you were a year ago? Perhaps you are more confident. Maybe you have unlocked a part of creativity you did not know you possessed. Tapped into business sense that you hadn't used before. Found a way to network with people in a more open way. As you think back on this journey, we hope that it has been one where you feel that it was worth the effort. And perhaps you've decided that you want to take the project on further. That there were things that were left unfinished that you would like to continue. Know that the energies of the various signs are always still there for you to draw upon. Think back on them. How they gave you focus, direction, clarity, and just an opinion outside of yourself that you can trust unconditionally. You feel the warm, nurturing energy of the lady in blue-green. She smiles and says, "You are all that you want to be. It is all within you. This year has shown what you are capable of. Go forward confident in that knowledge." And with that, she fades from view. And you look down, and your desk is empty. The work is done. Step out into the sunshine. As the new year begins. And with that, you feel your form call to you. You find yourself drawn back to this place and this time. You allow yourself to return to your physical form and feel it around you again. When you feel that you have fully returned, you have the urge to move, to recalibrate. And when you are ready, you open your eyes, looking towards the future and the challenges that await you there.
Thank you. And now, Karen will lead us in the closing prayer.
Father, Mother God, higher beings, teachers, and guides, thank you for coming close and being with us today as we've made this travel of completion and yet set foot on another journey after that. Help us to take this energy out into the world with us so that we may spread the good to all. So mote it be.
So mote it be. Thank you all for being in our circle of light. Please stand with us in unity as we sing together, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me, let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.